Hello class! Welcome to another episode of Math Speaks. I am Sir Jason and I will be your guide for this learning journey. For today's topic, we will be dealing with the measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. Specifically, we will be talking about the mean, the median, and the mode. But before we dive right into our lesson, let me present the things that are expected from you after the discussion. So here are our learning objectives. Number 1, define mean, median, and mode. Number 2, solve the mean, median, and mode of the given set of data. And number 3, describe the data in terms of the mean, median, and mode. Now that you know our learning objectives, let us start with the simple activity. As you can see, we have a word puzzle. All you have to do is to locate within the puzzle the following terms: average, middle, popular, sum, often, half, center, most, and divide. You have 1 minute to do the activity. Are you ready, class? Locate as many terms as you can. Your time starts now. Your time is up, class. Did you find all the terms? Let us see if you do. Here are the location of the terms within the puzzle. We have average, middle, popular, sum, often, half, center, most, and divide. Congratulations for a job well done, class. I'm sure that if not all, you successfully found most of the terms. Now, these terms are not just any random terms. They have something to do with our topic for today. Now, I have here a worded problem, and I want you to help me solve it. The problem goes like this. Last week, Mr. Gomez decided to sell boxes of face masks knowing it would be profitable during this time of pandemic. He recorded his sales as follows. For Monday, there are 20 boxes. For Tuesday, 28 boxes. For Wednesday, 25 boxes. For Thursday, 32 boxes. For Friday, 28 boxes. For Saturday, 26 boxes. And for Sunday, we have 23 boxes. Here are the questions that need to be answered. Number 1. How many boxes is Mr. Gomez able to sell on average? Number 2. How many boxes of face mask is sold if we talk about half of the sales? And number 3. How many boxes of face mask is sold most often? Now, I'm pretty sure that we can solve all these questions after we thoroughly discuss the different measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. Now, let us first discuss what we mean when we say ungrouped data. When we say ungrouped data, these are the data that you first gather from an experiment or study. The data is raw, meaning they are not yet sorted into categories, classified, or grouped. So basically, these are just a list of numbers or values from the given problem. To start off our discussion about the measures of central tendency, let us first discuss the mean.
When we say mean, it is also known as the average. It is the most commonly used measure of central tendency. Also, it is used to describe a set of data where the measures cluster or concentrate at a point. Let me explain it simpler through this illustration. As you can see, we have a data set 1, 8, 3, 6, and 2. If we represent each number using rectangular blocks, then we have this illustration. Different numbers mean different heights of blocks. Now, if we will transfer certain blocks to other groups and make all the blocks have the same heights, then we can do that by transferring certain blocks to these positions. As you can see, each group of blocks now has the same height. From 1, 8, 3, 6, and 2, we only now have one value, which is 4. Therefore, the mean or average of the given numbers is 4.
Did you get that, class? Basically, that is the idea of mean. We try to even out or make all the values equal as much as possible. But this basic technique is only applicable when the number of data that we have are not too many and the numbers are smaller. But do not worry. Let me show you how to calculate the mean or average using a formula.
So to find the mean or average, the first step is add up all the given numbers or values. After getting the sum or total of those values, divide the sum by the number of data or values. For better understanding, let us solve the example a while ago. What is the mean of 1, 8, 3, 6, and 2? Following the steps, we have 1 plus 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 2 divided by 5. Why 5 if you ask? Simply because we have 5 numbers or values in the given data. Adding these numbers, we get 20, then divided by 5. The final answer is 4. Therefore, the average or mean of the given data set is 4. Let's have example number 2. Find the mean age of 6 boys if their ages are as follows: 15, 18, 14, 19, 19, and 17. Following the steps, we have 15 plus 18 plus 14 plus 19 plus 19 plus 17 divided by 6 because we have 6 numbers or values in the given data. Adding these numbers, we get 102, then divided by 6. The final answer is 17. Therefore, we can say that the mean or average age of the 6 boys is 17 years old.
Did you understand that, class? Very good. Now, let us solve the last example.
Vale's grades in Mathematics 7 from 1st to 4th quarter are 90, 87, 89, and 94. Calculate his average. Following the steps again, we have 90 plus 87 plus 89 plus 94 divided by 4. Adding these numbers, we get 360, then divided by 4. The final answer is 90. Therefore, we can conclude that the mean or average grade of Vail Mathematics 7 is 90.
Now that you are familiar with the mean, let us continue our discussion with the median.
When we say median, it is also known as the middle value. Since it is the middle value, it divides the dataset in half. It is also used to describe the higher half and the lower half of the dataset. Now, how do we find the median of a dataset? First, arrange the data from smallest to largest or vice versa. For the second step, we need to take into consideration the number of values or data that we have. If the number of data is odd, then the middle value is the median. If the number of data is even, then the average of the two middle values is the median. Let us discuss the first example for better understanding. Find the median of the given dataset: 5, 9, 10, 10, 6, 7, and 9. As you can see, there are 7 values in our dataset. The number of values is odd. In short, we already have our median once we arrange all the given values. If we arrange the data from lowest to highest, we have 5, 6, 7, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Obviously, our middle value is 9 because there are 3 numbers to its left and there are 3 numbers to its right. Therefore, we can say now that the median of the given dataset is 9. It means that 50% or half of the data are below 9 and the 50% or other half of the data are greater than 9. Now, what if we arrange the data from highest to lowest? Will we obtain the same answer? To arrange, we have 10, 10, 9, 9, 7, 6, and 5. Obviously, we have the same answer, which is 9. So whatever arrangement you choose, the answer will not change. But for uniformity, we arrange the data from lowest to highest. Let us continue with our example number 2. Apalit High School has 6 sections for grade 7. The number of students in each class are 38, 41, 39, 39, 43, and 42. Determine the median. If you notice, we have 6 values in the dataset which is even. This means that we can expect 2 middle values once we arrange the data. From lowest to highest, we have 38, 39, 39, 41, 42, and 43. As you can see, the two middle values are 39 and 41. These are not yet the final answer. If we have two middle values, we should get the average of the two values to obtain the actual median. To get their average, we have 39 plus 41 divided by 2. The sum is 80, then divided by 2. The final answer is 40. And so, the median of the given dataset is 40. Now, what does that mean? It means that 50% or half of the classes in each section of grade 7 at Apalit High School are less than 40 students, and the other half is greater than 40 students.
Did you get that, class? I'm sure you did.
Now, let us have the last example for median. The scores of 10 students in a math test are 15, 17, 20, 19, 19, 16, 14, 18, 17, and 19. What is the median of their scores? In this example, there are 10 values in the dataset which is even, meaning we have another 2 middle values once we are done with the arrangement. Arranging from lowest to highest, we have 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 19, 19, and 20. As you can see, the two middle values are 17 and 18. To get the actual median, we should compute for the average of the two values. Therefore, we have 17 plus 18 divided by 2. The sum is 35, then divided by 2. The final answer now is 17.5. And so, the median of the given dataset is 17.5. Now, how do we interpret this? We can say that 50% or half of the students got a score below 17.5, while the other 50% of the students obtained a score higher than 17.5.
Do you have any questions, class? Do you now understand how median works? Excellent. Let us continue.
For the last measure of central tendency, we have what we call mode. When we say mode, it is also known as the most common. It is the value that occurs most often or most frequent. Since it is the most common, it is used to describe the most popular among the given data set.
It is like when you go to the mall and ask for the best-selling iOS phone for this year, and they said that it is iPhone 12 Pro Max, then we can consider that phone as the mode or the most common or the most popular among any other iOS phone they have. That is the basic idea of mode.
So how do we find the mode? First, arrange the data from smallest to largest or vice versa. Then, inspect and find the value that appears the greatest number of times. Find the mode of the given dataset: 250, 100, 200, 150, 150, 100, and 100. So first, arrange the data. We have 100, 100, 100, 150, 150, 200, and 250. By inspection, we can clearly see that 100 appears numerous times compared to the other values. 100 appears 3 times, 150 appears 2 times, while the rest appears only once in the given dataset. This means that the most common or the mode of the data is 100. That's it, class. We do not solve for the mode. We just find it by inspection. And it is so much easier to find if the data are arranged accordingly. Let us proceed with example number 2. For 10 days, Mia decided to save some coins in her piggy bank. If her savings are 10, 15, 7, 8, 12, 6, 9, 15, 5, and 8, determine the mode. Arranging from lowest to highest, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, and 15. By inspection, it is very clear that 8 and 15 both equally appear 2 times compared to the rest of the values which appear only once. Therefore, the mode of the given dataset are 8 and 15. And yes, it is possible to have more than one mode. Now, what does that mean? How do we interpret that? Since our modes are 8 and 15, we can conclude that mostly Mia saved 8 pesos and 15 pesos in her piggy bank. For the last example, let's have this problem. The weekly food expenses in pesos of 6 families with 4 members are 2,400, 2,500, 2,450, 2,300, 3,000, and 2,250. What is the mode? Arranging the data, we have 2,250, 2,300, 2,400, 2,450, 2,500, and 3,000. By inspection, we can say that all values equally appear one time. Since no data appear more than any others, the dataset therefore has no mode. And yes, it is possible for a dataset to have no mode. Now, what does the data suggest? Since there is no mode, it means that the expenses of 6 families vary or are different from one another.
It is also very important to know, class, that when we talk about mode, there are different types of it. If the dataset has a unique mode or one mode, then it is called unimodal. If the data has 2 modes, it is called bimodal. If the data has 3 or more modes, then the dataset is called multimodal. Then once again, if all the data values appear equally in the dataset, then the dataset has no mode. Do you now understand, class, the mean, median, and mode? If yes, then you did an excellent and amazing job in listening for today's discussion. Now that you are all familiar with the measures of central tendency or group data, let us solve some worded problems, including the first one that was presented to you.
Let's have this practice problem number 1. Last week, Mr. Gomez decided to sell boxes of face masks knowing it would be profitable during this time of pandemic. He recorded his sales as follows. Find the mean, median, and mode of the given data. To solve for mean, we have 20 plus 28 plus 25 plus 32 plus 28 plus 26 plus 23 divided by 7. The sum is 182, then divided by 7. Therefore, the mean or average is 26. As a conclusion, we can say that the average sale of face mask of Mr. Gomez is 26 boxes. For the median, we arrange first the data. So we have 20, 23, 25, 26, 28, 28, and 32. As you can see, we have 7 values in the dataset which is odd. This means that the middle value is already the median. Based on the arrangement, we can conclude that the median is 26. This means that 50% or half of the sales is less than or equal to 26 boxes, while the other half is also equal or greater than 26 boxes. Lastly, we need to find the mode. Now that we already arranged the data from lowest to highest, we can already inspect which values appear the greatest number of times. Based on the dataset, the mode is 28. This means that most of the sales of face masks are 28 boxes. Let's have practice problem number 2. Due to pandemic, minimum health standards were implemented in dine-in restaurants and fast food establishments. Only limited number of customers can be accommodated. Jollibee had the following number of customers for 6 days. For day 1, there are 150 customers. For day 2, 125 customers. For day 3, 135 customers. For day 4, 110 customers. For day 5, 135 customers. And for day 6, 125 customers. Determine the mean, median, and mode of the given data. To solve for the mean, we have 150 plus 125 plus 135 plus 110 plus 135 plus 125 divided by 6. The sum is 780 divided by 6. The mean or average now is equal to 130. As a conclusion, we can say that the average number of customers Jollibee had for the past 6 days is 130 customers. For the median, we arrange first the data from lowest to highest. So we have 110, 125, 125, 135, 135, and 150. As you can see, we have 6 values in the data which is even. This means that we have two middle values. Based on the arrangement, our two middle values are 125 and 135. To get the actual median of the data, we need to get the average of these two values. So 125 plus 135 divided by 2, the sum is equal to 260, then divided by 2. Therefore, the actual median of the given data is 130. This means that 50% or half of the customers of Jollibee for the past 6 days is less than 130, while the other half is greater than 130 customers. Lastly, we determine the mode. Now that we already arranged the data from lowest to highest, we can already inspect which values appear the greatest number of times. Based on the data, the modes are 125 and 135 because they both equally appear 2 times, which is greater compared to the rest of the values which only appear once. This means that mostly Jollibee had 125 and 135 customers for the past 6 days. Since we have 2 modes, the given dataset now is bimodal.
Did you understand our topic for today, class? Did you now know how to calculate at the same time interpret mean, median, and mode? If yes, then congratulations! You did an amazing job. I am now certain that you are ready for our last activity. For our final activity, let us play ML. Yes, you heard it right, but this one does not mean Mobile Legends. We will be playing what I call Math Legends.
For this activity, you will obtain the following ranks if you successfully get these scores. Elite for 1 to 2 points, Warrior for 3 to 4 points, Master for 4 points, Grandmaster for 5 points, Epic for 6 to 7 points, Legend for 8 to 9 points, and Mythic, which is the highest, for a perfect score of 10 points.
Are you ready, class, to play ML? If yes, write only the letter of the correct answer on your paper. We will check your answers afterwards. You will be given 30 seconds for numbers 1 to 5 and 1 minute for numbers 6 to 10. You may use a calculator. If you are ready, let us begin. finish the game. Here are the answers for each question. Kindly check your paper and let us see if what rank you are in our math legends. Are you done, kids? Congratulations for an excellent job. I hope you learned a lot from our discussion for today. Let me finish our session by inspiring all of you through this quotation that I made.